Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our math virtual learning session. This is day number three, and we're still kicking it off. We're still in here. We're going to be doing this, you guys, for this school year, helping your students who are struggling with math so their math scores can be higher this school year. So that is what we're doing, helping the sixth graders. Mr. Andrew Frett, helping out the sixth graders, and I'm the eighth grader. So that is what we're doing.
Yep, we are entering our second week of doing this math virtual lesson session. Yeah.
Yes. So to give a little recap, if you're watching this now, last week was our first week, and I introduced the eighth graders repeating decimals. And that is what I'm going to continue on this week, review of that. We talk about, we did how to convert a fraction to a repeating decimal. We did that Friday, and on Monday we convert the repeating decimal to a fraction. So this week it's going to be reviewed today and Friday, a review for you guys. And next week we'll start something new.
So for my peoples, we are continuing with a brand new lesson today. Today we got properties of numbers today, and then Friday will be our last day before our review day, which is so today will be properties of numbers, and then Friday will be the most exciting part because we're going to talk about how order pairs and relations on Friday. That will be our last day before review. So, which means we are reviewing the first 4 things that we have learned during the past 4 weeks. So make sure you are ready on Monday. I will make sure to create a study guide for you guys on Monday so that you get up to speed of what you have missed during the past 4 weeks. So.
All right, so I cannot talk today on this Monday, you guys. I'm telling you, I am not a Monday. I am not a Monday person. There I go. I'm just not. So you guys may hear I apologize in advance because I'm not really a Monday person. It really no one is. So let's get started with Mr. Andrew Frett with his lesson on today.
Yes. So we're starting off with me today. So like I said before, I was about to say yesterday. Friday, we talked about variables and expressions, how you need to know how to find a variable and how to substitute a variable and how to solve a variable. Because once you get to high school, you will need to know how to do those things so that you won't fall behind. Today we are going to talk about properties of numbers, and today actually doing something, well, Damian kind of did it first. But today I'm doing something new for this one. So if I can share my screen, a little screen. And here we are. Yes, oh yes.
He figured it out, you guys.
I did figure out how to get a mouse, a Bluetooth mouse, in order to get it work.
Right.
Because that was the only way. So today we are talking about properties of numbers. That's what we're doing, talking about today, tomorrow, I mean not tomorrow, Friday, we're gonna talk about graphs. So here's your vocab for today. There are four. So the first one is properties, which is statements that are true for any number. For any number, okay? 5 equals 5. 10 equals 10. 15 equals 15. Or, I'm actually going to draw this. We'll see how this works. Let's do 55, if it's going to write. I hope so. It is not. Okay, so 55 equals 55. Oh, well. Struck it a little bit. Hold on. We gonna see here. Oh, here we go. 5 equals. Yeah, you get the point. 5 equals 5. And then we have the commutative property of addition. 30 plus 10 and 10 plus 30 have the same value, which is 40. Same thing with multiplication. 30 times 10 is 300. And 10 times 30 has a value of 300. And then you have the associative property of addition / multiplication. So you got 26 plus 25 plus 69. Of course, you got the parentheses around the 25 and the 69. Same thing with multiplication. 6 times 10 times 3. 6 times t. 6 times t. Yeah, 6 times t. 6 times 10 is around that parentheses. So I do have some examples for this one. How do I do this one? Okay, so I'm gonna just pull it right there. So the first one is 7 plus 5 equals 5 plus 7. So of course, 7 plus 5 equals 12. 5 plus, of course, 12 equals 12. But what is that? Is that commutative property of addition, or that's commutative property of multiplication? Well, as you can see by this addition sign, if my mouse will go to it, to this pen right over here, I think it is frozen at the moment. I just had it. Okay, here we go. All right, so by this, let's do. Do it by this. So as you can see by this addition right here, by these two addition, you know that those two are, well, I kind of just said addition. So that should tell you automatically that that is commutative property of addition. And if my mouse would act okay with this one, and it's not responding. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so that's your answer. It's commutative property of addition. Okay. So then the next one I have, I kind of show y'all the answer. Whoops. Which is 5 times 7 equals 7 times 5. Again, by this multiplication, let's do by this one. By this multiplication on this one. Actually, let me change. I'm sorry if I have any little technical difficulties right now. It's supposed to be a circle. Supposed to be a circle. All right, so just imagine there's a circle there. Of course, it's the commutative property of multiplication because of that. Oh, there we go. Because of that, that times right there. Let's see if I can do this in a different color. Yep, there you go. Because of that. All right. So our next, so that's how I got commutative property of multiplication. All right, so this next, so I'm gonna give y'all, what is it, 7:37? I'm gonna give y'all a minute to write all of these down. So let's take a moment. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to write all this. It's actually 2 minutes because I know this is very long information. I'm taking y'all 2 minutes to write all this down. Screenshot it. I mean, not screenshot it. Take a picture of it. Do whatever you need to do to keep this information because you will need this information once you, I do believe, once you get into 8th grade or 7th grade. Because I'm pretty sure you will do some type of stuff like this. So at 7:39 is when we're going to regroup. That should give y'all plenty of time to take a picture or write all this down. And then I am moving forward.
So this will be like this. Sorry to interrupt. So this will be like this every time, correct?
Every time.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Minute. Okay, I need to do. Like I said, on Friday we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna do graphing. So, like I said, this is something totally new. Like I said, Damian did it first, but this is something definitely new for me. So, little fun fact: I tried to go to Walmart the other day to get a whiteboard and some markers. That had markers, but they don't have the whiteboard that I was looking for. So this was my my alternative.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I can go back and see if they got the whiteboards. All right, so it is 7:39 p.m., 6:39 p.m. Central. All right, so we are moving on to our next section. All right, so those there are 5 examples. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down one by one. So the first one is 5 plus parentheses b plus 4 equals, say, b plus 4 plus 5. And you be wondering, what type of property is this? You know, what is this? What property is this? I forgot to add times 2. Let me actually, if my mouse would. Okay. All right, so this would be, if I put a parentheses around, say here and here, that'll be what? That will be, I'll put C dot A. Because of, you may be wondering, well, why? It's because, let me change the color, because of this additions right here. That's a small itty bitty parentheses. Let me change that. Let me change that real quick. How many minutes I got left?
You have 18 minutes.
Okay, so we got plenty of time. All right. So because of these additions right here, so that is why this is commutative property of addition. So CA for short. For this one, gotta add times 2. This will be what? This will be community. Do it purple. This will be commutative property of multiplication. If my mouse give me 1 second. I don't know what is going on. Okay. Oh, oops. Okay, so this will be, sorry y'all. Okay, so this will be commutative property of multiplication. Because of why? Well, why is it? It's because of this multiplication. Oh, can't say that. Let's do this color. Because of multiplication. All right. Okay. Here's another example. 5 times 7 times 2 equals 2 times 5 times 7. So if I put a parentheses, if my mouse would correct. Here we go. If I put a parentheses around the 7 and the 5, and then I put a parentheses around the 2 and the 5, that will be what? That would be C dot M. It's because of, I haven't done it in a while, because of this multiplication that's inside the parentheses. Okay. All right. I'm only going to do 3. Actually, let's do one more because, you know, why not? I'm going to do one more. So this will be, let's do C dot A. So let's do 8. Yeah, it freezes up for like just a second. Okay, so it'll be 8 plus 4 plus 4 plus F. Okay, and then we can change the parentheses. So let's do it in this color. And we can put around the parentheses around the 4 and the 8. And that will be C dot A, because according to this, if we go back to our notes, let's go back to our notes. Because commutative property of addition. Okay. 30 plus 10 and 10 plus 30 have the same value. Now, oh, wait. I was wrong. I was so wrong. No, I was wrong. So this should be It's not C dot A. That should be AA. I apologize, guys. I am so sorry. First mistake of the night. This will be C. That would be a associative property of addition. And this will be, you change that. Actually, all of these is actually A dot A. Okay, there we go. This will be not a triangle, not a triangle. You'll get to geometry in just a second. This will be A dot M. And then this will be a as well, because if you look onto our notes, red, because if we go back to our notes, associative property of addition, 26 plus that parentheses, 25 plus 69 around parentheses. So always look for the parentheses to know, first look for the parentheses, and then second, see if it has either addition or multiplication. If it has addition, it will be associative property of addition. If it's times, then it will be associative property of multiplications. So I believe that is the time. I'm not mistaken.
12
That
minutes.
is the time. How many?
12 minutes.
12 minutes. All right. I did promise you a video, so let me stop sharing for just a second and let me find a video real quick, since we have like 12 minutes left of my lesson. So let me find a video real quick, because I did promise y'all that I will show a video for my visual learners.
So you guys, while he's doing that, I hope you took notes. I really hope so. You jot them down or you screenshot it, because you guys, sixth graders, you will see it again, possibly, I believe, 7th or 8th grade, he mentioned. So your teachers, again, they will teach you this and you will see them again. So I hope you took notes. I hope you took notes.
And this is kind of like a review, because I believe you learned this back in 3rd grade, so this is kind of like a refresher. So once I find a good video for y'all, let's do, I've already did Khan Academy. Let's do this one. All right. Before, no. Okay, so let's share my screen again. Share.
Welcome to Math with Mr. J.
All right.
In this video, we are going to discuss the commutative property and exactly what it applies to and what it looks like. So when we think commutative property, we need to think commute or move around. And this property only applies to addition and multiplication. So we're going to do a couple of addition examples and a couple of multiplication examples. So let's jump right in to number 1. So number 1 says 3 plus 2. And the commutative property states for addition that we can switch the order of those addends. Addends are the numbers that you add together to get a sum. I'll spell it over here. Addends. We can switch the order and still get the same answer. So let's see if it works for number 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. Now let's switch or move around those addends, and let's do 2 plus 3. Does that still give us 5? Yes. So addition is commutative. You can move around or commute those addends and still get the same sum or answer. So let's take a look at number 2 and make sure this works for another addition problem. So 25 plus 16 gives us a sum of 41. Let's move or commute the addends and switch around the 16 and 25. Now, will 16 plus 25 still give us 41? Yes, because addition is commutative. We are allowed to do that. So number 3 and number 4 are both multiplication. So let's see if these problems are commutative as well. So 9 times 7 gives us 63. Let's move the factors. These are called factors now when it comes to multiplication. Let's switch the factors and see if we get the same answer. 7 times 9 is still 63. So multiplication is commutative as well as addition. So let's do number 4 here to wrap this commutative property video up. So we have 12 times 4 equals 48. Let's switch our factors here and do 4 times 12, which is also 48. So there you have it. The commutative property states that we can move the factors, which is multiplication, or the addends in an addition problem and still get the same answer. And again, this only works for addition and multiplication. Division and subtraction are not.
All right, so like he said, let me stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay, so like he said, only addition and multiplication is when you can move around. Only those two operations is when you can, only those two that you can switch around or move around. Subtraction and division, you can't do that because you will get different answers. I believe I still probably have a few minutes left. But this is it for my lesson. Like I said, I hope you got all this down. Really hope you actually do. Because on Friday, we're going to move into graphing, ordering pairs and relations. Which will be that's when the fun activity comes in. So that is it. That's all I have for today. I know it's kind of like a short medium lesson today, but Friday, that's when the fun starts. It's going to be a fun Friday.
All right. So there you have it, you guys. Mr. Andrew Frett lesson. I hope you jot these important notes down because you will see them again on tests and quizzes. So I hope you jot it down, and then also you can also send it to your friends as well, because we can't, touch each other. So you can send your notes to your friends through, texting. So so you did good today. You was just on time. You just had about 5 minutes left, but uh, great. So now we're heading into our mid-session break, just going to be for 5 minutes, and then we will be back with my lesson. So we are now entering our mid-session break now.
All right, so it is the end of our mid-session break. It is now 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. So you all know what time it is. It is time for Mr. Damian Anderson's lesson. Yes. So I'm gonna take the reins over to you, Damian.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew Frett. So you, okay. So you guys, well, let me do a recap again. Last week, you guys, we talked about repeating decimals. Wasn't that fun? I know it was. On Monday, we converted a repeating decimal to the fraction. Then I'll show y'all some examples of that. And then on Friday, we did the exact same thing, but reverse. We convert a fraction to the repeated decimal. And I'll show y'all examples of that, and I believe I'll show y'all a video. So this week, it's review week, because basically, I'm finished talking about repeating decimals. I don't want to do so many weeks of talk about repeating decimals, because you guys should have already been talking about that back in elementary school, I believe. So let's just end it now with this week with just review week. So today, and let me share my screen with you guys, what I have. So today, we're going to review day, repeating decimals as fraction. And this is what we did on Friday. So get your notes out and a piece of pen and a pencil to jot this study guide down, this review I have for you guys. So writing decimals as fractions. We did this on Monday. I said Friday. My bad, you guys. We did this on Monday. And so here's just a definition of what we did Monday. To convert a decimal to a fraction, we write the decimal number as a numerator, and we write its place value as decimal. Remember, I said that I gave y'all a simple 1/2. Well, what is 1? That is your numerator. And then 2 is your denominator. It's like that every time. What's ever on the top, that's your numerator. What's ever on the bottom, that's your denominator. Because people will get mixed up. They would mix that up, put the numerator on the bottom, denominator on the top. No. So always remember numerator, and then place value as the denominator. So moving on, here's an example I have, 0.07. So we know that 0.07, it's 700s, correct? Because this is your 1. If we do place value, your 1s, 10s, 100s. So it will be written as 7/100, like this. I have it right here, which is very easy, very easy. Now, but what about repeating decimals? Okay, well, let's do an example. I have it for you. So let's look at an example. So we are going to rewrite 0.7 as to simplest fraction, because it asks us this. So you guys remember on Friday we took notes on this. I want to open it up here real quick. Remember, we took notes right here. this is what we're going to do. We're going to do step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So let's go back to that problem. So we are going to let x equal the decimal. So you have x equals 0.7777. It's going to be like this every time. You're always going to let x be whatever the decimal, whatever is, ooh, that's so bad.
While he's correcting that, I want to say this. Like I told to my 6th grade people, x is going to be your variable. You need to know how to substitute x. So this is an example of what you're going to be doing once you hit 8th grade, because you need to, again, x is going to be your variable, so you're going to have to find x.
Exactly. And we are going to be talking about equations because that is what mainly you do in 8th grade. So this is an example right here to just get you guys started for when I will start talking about equations. So this, you would do this every time. Now, second, we're going to set up the second equation such that the digits after the decimal points are identical. So here's what I mean here. 10x, because you guys remember, and I can't pull it up now, but remember from Friday, we're going to use the numbers 1, 10s, 100, or 1,000. Well, in this case, it will be 10. 1, 10. That's my bad. 110. So you would do this here for just this problem. And then I forgot to put an extra, well, no, here it goes right here. You're going to subtract it. So here's an example of an equation right here. We're going to get x, and this is from the original problem here, from up top, for what was right here. You will bring it down to right here. You will bring it down to right there. So how are we going to do this? Well, you can either work it from either way. You can go from this way or this way. So we're going to work for here. We need to get, well, we're going to get x by itself, but not just yet. 10 minus, and remember you guys, just right here, something is missing, a 1. But it's not always going to be 1x like that. We just leave it as x. So 10 minus 1 gets you 9x. And then 7.777 minus 0.777, it just gets you 7, you guys. So we are now down to our last step. We need to get x by itself. So we're going to divide by whatever number is here, which is 9. 9x divided by 9, that crosses out. It just gives us x. And then 7 divided by 9 will give you a decimal, but it doesn't simplify here. So x equals 7 over 9. This is your answer. So 0.7 repeating, it gets you 7 over 9. You would do this every time, you guys, every time. Now, in this case, 7 over 9, I know it asks us to simplify, but 7/9 cannot be simplified. So this is your answer, but I'm going to show you a problem where it does simplify on Friday, not today. So I'm going to give you guys time to jot this down. I'm going to stop the share for just a moment to where y'all can see the whole notes. So let me share it real quickly. So take a picture of this, do whatever. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes. This is how it's going to be every time, every time. I'm scrolling down.
So while he's doing that, let me exit full screen for just a second. Those of you who got a calculator at home, which I don't actually have a calculator at home, but I do have a calculator software. You can actually type this into your calculator, 10 times 7/9, and it will get you the answer, that's 7.77. So what I want to do is show, if Damian don't mind, is to show him how to do this on a calculator.
Exactly. Let me stop it and go right ahead.
All right. Well, so first and foremost, hello. Yeah, I'm Mr. Andrew here, doing 8th grade. All right. So, how to do this on a calculator? First, we are going to go ahead and clear all of this because I don't want you to see all of that. So how to do this on a calculator? So we already know what X is. So X is what? 7/9, correct? So we're going to type in, what was it? 10X, right?
10x.
So we're going to do 10 times. We're going to do second math. Nope, math. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to 1. And then X was 7/9, right? Okay. So that's the answer to, that's when he converted from the decimal to a fraction. So if we hit enter, we're going to get 70/9. But of course, that's not the answer. What we're looking for is the decimal, right? So we're going to go over here to math. Okay, decimal. And then there you go. 7.777777. There you go.
Exactly. So you guys can do it pretty much any way, but like I mentioned last week, show your work because your teachers want to see how you did the work. Because if you just did it in a calculator, that's not showing your work. So they want to see proof. So that's why I show you guys all of that. Now, I'm going to show you an example. So I hope you guys can see this here. So we are going to rewrite this problem as a simplified fraction. So in this problem, we got 0.22222 and so on. Okay. Now, we're going to follow the steps that they give us. So in step 1, we're going to let x be the decimal. So rewrite like this. You have x equals 0.2222, so on. Okay, that's step 1. Then in step 2, you're just going to break it down. On this problem, we're going to use 10 again. 10x equals this. Well, if we move this decimal point just one time, you got 2.2222 and so on. So from here, we need to break this down into an equation, which it already is. So we're going to subtract this by x right here, which this is considered as a 1 here, but we don't write that, just be x. So this is non-x. Then we're going to subtract this from our original problem, 0.2222 and so on. Well, that just equals, you put in your calculator, 2. Now, we're down to our last step, is to get our answer. So, to get x by itself, we got to subtract 9 on both sides. And this is where people get mixed up. They just only do on this side. And then for right here, they put whatever number. No, you have to do it on both sides. And I will teach you guys that when I start doing equations. So 9x divided by 9 is just x equals 2 over 9. Well, I don't think that can be simplified. So this is your answer. This is going to be like this every time. So just remember the steps that I taught you guys last week, and it will give you this every time. Now, if this could simplify, it would be something, but make sure if it has simplified, you simplify the fraction, because if you don't, well, you're technically right. You got half of the question correctly, but if it asks to simplify, simplify the fraction. So that's all I have today.
And if you want to check your work, to make sure you got the right answer, you can plug it into your calculator to make sure you got the same thing. You just have to make sure it will end up like in a repeating decimal. So 0.222222. Because if you don't have 0.222, then you did something wrong. So it's very important that you follow his steps.
Exactly. And I'm going to show this again for the ones who did not catch it. Just quickly take a picture of it. So this is your example right here. It's going to be like this every time. So just follow the steps, the 4 easy steps that I gave you guys, and it will work out perfectly. So I finish pretty quickly. So I'm done with my lesson of this review for you guys. And then on Friday, I will be back again to do a review again with repeating decimals. And that will be the last day that I will be talking about repeating decimals. And then next week, we're moving on to something new, which will be square roots and cube roots. So that's next week's lesson.
Which I won't get into later on in the week. Later on in the next couple of weeks. Good job. Even though you had like 10 minutes to fly. Even though you had 10 minutes left, but very good job. at this time, because we are here. At this time, we're going to take a 5-minute session break, and then after that, we are going to use the last 5 minutes to take a after we get back from a mid-session break. We're going to do our office hours, which is probably going to last about 5 minutes as well. Or we could just go straight into office hours for about 10 minutes, and then we will come back 8:20, 8:30, kind of like do a little recap.
Yeah.
So at this time, we are now entering our office hours. All right. It is currently 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is the end of our office hours and end of our mid-session break. So for my sixth graders, on Friday, we will start graphing, and then that day we will end our unit on the language is Algebra, because on next Monday we will start on a brand new unit, So make sure you are prepared for that on Monday.
Yes, yes, yes. And for my people, the eighth graders, today we did a review of repeating how to convert repeated decimal to fractions. And then Friday, the exact same thing, but opposite review of converting a fraction back to the repeated decimal. And then after that, Friday is going to be the last day that I'm going to talk about decimals, because next week, next Monday, I am moving to square roots and cube roots. So I'm excited to teach you guys about that. So be prepared, you guys, for that next week. And then also, you guys, if you want to contact me, you have questions of the lessons that I am doing, or if there's a lesson that you guys want me to do that I should cover that I don't have planned for the upcoming weeks, just let me know on Facebook by Damian Anderson, searching Damian Anderson, on Instagram at the Damian Anderson, and on Twitter at _ Damian Anderson. And here's my contact info right here. So, have any questions or a lesson that you guys want me to talk about? Let me know. Let me know.
Same thing with my people as well, but mine is a little bit different than his. On Twitter at Darren DAREN _ Frett FRETT, and on Instagram at it's Andrew Frett. So those are the two things I will two things that you can contact me on.
Yes. And if any teachers out there who are watching this on YouTube, if you would like to join us, we will greatly appreciate it. And I'm talking to the 6th and 8th grade teachers. If you guys want to join us, hop right in to see what we are doing. Are we doing it correctly, or is there another kind of way that we should be teaching this? And yeah, so if you would like to hop in with us to see what we're doing, that is totally fine, because this is not only just for students, it's for educators as well. So you want to join us, you guys, please join in. I will repost our Zoom link tomorrow. Well, probably, yes, tomorrow. Which will be, when you guys see this, will actually be that day. So tomorrow is Tuesday, so it will be posted on Tuesday when you see the Zoom link. So that is our official Zoom link if you want to join us. So please join us, students, educators, and also parents as well. You are more than likely to join in as well, parents. So that's all I have. Andrew?
Absolutely. Yeah, basically anybody can join to that Zoom link. So it's going to be a long, it's going to be a long 18 weeks. So you might want to buckle up and buckle up. So
Yep.
just like the motto, same. I forgot the motto again. Same grind, same. time, but a different lesson. I am Andrew Frett.
And I am Damian Anderson. Thank you guys for tuning in with us, and we'll see you guys back on Friday with our lessons. So tune in with us, you guys. Good night to the ones who are watching this at night, or good morning, good afternoon, whatever. We hope you have a great day and a great night. So we'll see you guys back on Friday. Take care.